Matthew Perry. Here is a look at some of the famous people who have tragically died from accidental drowning. All were not without suspicious circumstances. Natalie Wood died of an accidental drowning on November 29, 1981. She was 43. Whitney Houston died of an accidental drowning in bathtub on February 11, 2012. She was 48. Jet Travolta, John Travolta's oldest son, died of accidental drowning in a bathtub. January 2, 2009. He was 16. Aaron Carter found dead in his bathtub from an accidental drowning on November 5, 2022. He was 34. Naya Rivera died of an accidental drowning on July 8, 2020. She was 33. Jim Morrison found dead in a bathtub on July 3, 1971. He was 27. Bobby Christina Brown died of an accidental drowning in a bathtub on July 26, 2015. She was 22. Matthew Perry died of an accidental drowning in his hot tub on October 28, 2023. He was 54.
What happened recently with the actor from Friends?
Yeah, bro.
So Matthew Perry, that's the guy's name. Rest in peace, you know what I'm saying? He passed away from drowning in his jacuzzi. So everybody says like what happened to him is very odd and strange because he took a picture of him in the jacuzzi and that night it happened.
You saw the stuff he was posting before that?
Yes, it was. That's what I'm about to get into.
About the Batman.
Bro, he was posting mad about Batman, but his last video was somebody throwing down 3 cranberries on a table. There was a band called the Cranberries. Their lead singer passed away from drowning, and people said that he wrote a book, and like at the end of his book he said if he ever threw out the bat symbol, he's in trouble.
He's telling us.
I don't know if he was telling us something. He said it's like a Hollywood ritual or whatever, and he's like the sacrifice.
Yeah, probably.
Like, you know how people been saying Doja Cat is like a Illuminati because she be dressed like the devil on some weird. I think she did a video where, you know, the Friends couch.
Yeah.
She sat on the Friends couch dressed like the devil.
I'm telling you, buddy. Right.
Something is not adding up with Matthew Perry's death. As you all know, Matthew Perry was found drowned in his jacuzzi at his home in Los Angeles. Days leading up to his death, he was posting cryptic messages on his Instagram in reference to Batman. Starting on October 17th, Matthew Perry posted this video of a cinema room. Every wall was covered with Batman. And he points up to the corner of the room, and there's a bat signal up there. The next post, he posts a bat out in the water where it says, "Sleep well, everybody. I've got the city tonight. Matman." So he's referring to himself as Matman, playing on the pun of Batman. He has something that says, "Batman plays pickleball." It was announced that he played a 2-hour pickleball match right before he died. Now, there's one post that's very bizarre where it's somebody, it's not Matthew Perry's hand, I don't believe it's Matthew Perry's hand, but it's somebody's hand dropping 3 cranberries on a table. And Matthew Perry says, "This is what I've had to eat today. I'm Matman." People are speculating that this had something to do with the Cranberries' lead singer, Dolores O'Riordan, as she was found dead from drowning as well. And then he goes on to post a picture of a jack-o'-lantern with the Batman signal carved into it saying, "Do you know what I mean?" And after this, he posts a video of the moon. And all it says is, "Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? I'm Matman." And in his 83rd and final post, it shows Matthew Perry in the jacuzzi where he drowned. He says, "Oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good? I'm Matman." In this photo, you can clearly see that he's highlighting the moon, which is behind him as well. And that is another thing, is Matthew Perry died on a full moon with a partial eclipse. He died on the hunter's moon. Some are saying that this was a full moon sacrifice. So what does this mean? Is he trying to tell us something? Batman, Matman? What's very interesting is in the Batman TV series, Season 1, Episode 33, Fine Finney Friends, it is revealed that Bruce Wayne's great-grandfather was the founder of the secret society Skull and Bones at Yale.
And that is Bruce Wayne's grandfather, Mrs. Cooper?
His great-grandfather.
I understand he was tapped for Skull and Bones.
Tapped for it? Sir, He founded Skull and Bones.
Not to mention that it was episode 33, which is heavily involved with Freemasonry. Now, obviously, this is very tragic. I don't want to make light of this, but there's some things that just don't add up surrounding Matthew Perry's death. Matthew Perry has had a history of drug abuse. He's had medical issues, so it's leading a lot of people to think that he was relapsing. But some are speculating that he was telling everybody a message, or he was trying to tell everybody a message because of all of these Batman/Matman scenarios.
Memoir is he admits to making a Faustian prayer with God in order to become famous. Perry said that 3 weeks before the Friends audition, he got on his knees and told God, "You can do anything you want to me, just make me famous." He says, quote, "3 weeks later, I got cast in Friends. And God has certainly kept his side of the bargain. But the Almighty, being the Almighty, had not forgotten the first part of the prayer as well." He goes on to admit that Faustian prayer that I made was a stupid one, the one of a child. It was not based on anything real, but it became real. A Faustian bargain is a pact that a person makes, selling their soul for a worldly good or material, such as riches, fame, wealth. The Faustian bargain is also called the deal with the devil. In an interview with Bill Maher, Matthew Perry said that he believes in a higher power and that he has a close relationship with him.
I know that once you've referred to it as a force, and you know, I believe that. I believe that a higher power. There is a higher power.
Right.
I believe I've had a very close relationship with him. That's helped me a lot. And
somebody's on your side.
Yeah.
Matthew Perry admitted that everything is in this memoir. He didn't leave anything out. And one of the more interesting things is that the last chapter of his memoir is titled Batman. And his last Instagram posts were all about Batman, leading up to the end of his life.
New evidence suggests that a laptop believed to belong to the late Matthew Perry has been discovered with a significant number of its files missing. Sources close to the investigation say that as many as 334 files were deleted or are untraceable. Most notably, a manuscript rumored to be Perry's upcoming memoir, which had garnered significant interest for its alleged revelations about the entertainment industry, is nowhere to be found on the device. The laptop's discovery has stirred a whirlwind of speculations and theories. Some believe that the missing memoir might have contained information sensitive enough to be intentionally removed, while others think it might have been an accidental data loss, or even a publicity stunt. The absence of the files has deepened the mystery surrounding Perry's final days and the supposed explosive content of his memoir. Authorities and cyber forensics experts are currently examining the device, trying to retrieve any deleted information and determining whether the laptop had been tampered with. Meanwhile, fans worldwide are eagerly awaiting any updates, hoping for a glimpse into the mind of the beloved actor in his final days.
Did you guys happen to see this? This is crazy. So Doja Cat deleted every single video on her TikTok account except for this one. I'm sorry, but that's fucking weird. And I looked at the comments and exactly what I thought. People are all catching on. Let me show you some of the comments. So one of the first ones I saw was, "We're praying for you," obviously. And then the next one was, "Then Matthew Perry was sacrificed." And that's not the first one that I read like that. This whole thing says everything about Matthew Perry. Matthew Perry was definitely sacrificed. They missed the old Doja Cat. I was never a Doja Cat fan, but I can't not see this. This is so messed up. And on top of it, did you notice the date? It's September 1st. It was posted. What do you guys think? I don't even want to speculate yet, just because I want to do a little more digging, but I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Shortly before Matthew Perry's death, posted a video on Instagram of a hand placing 3 cranberries on a table, along with the odd Batman reference. That's right. He was calling himself Matman. Perry, following up on Awake and Outlaw post below, I found this information interesting after going through Matt Perry's Instagram feed. Baneberries, excuse me. Bane was the villain who beats Batman. Bat is signal for death. Those aren't cranberries. They are baneberries and are deadly toxic. If he ate those, then that's why he had a cardiac arrest. They are untraceable through autopsy. So he was warning folks. He was in his hot tub. He was taking pictures. He was taking pictures of the 3 baneberries. What did he know? Well, you know what's interesting is he actually had a 344, I believe. I saw it earlier, and I can't find it now, but he had him on his laptop, by the way. He was going to unveil the dark things happening in the entertainment industry. He's gone.
The Emmy-nominated actor was found dead of an apparent drowning.
The actor was found dead at his home in LA today, where it appears he drowned in a hot tub.
Doja Cat's only TikTok post. Rory's umbrella is blue. First thought is blue. Was he just the first to go? Are they really out there dancing with the devil? A month after his post, Burton died by suicide. Is another beloved friend next?
I wasn't going to say anything about this, but you provoked me now. So unless you've been living under a rock, you probably heard about the recent death of Matthew Perry. I personally was not a fan of the show Friends, but I thought his character that he played was funny. And for some odd reason, I kind of felt a certain way about his death. Mainly because of where they found him and some of the things that he had been posting recently. So I started to dig just a little bit. And what I came across was this. Some of his last posts were rather strange. Kept referring to himself as Matman and giving kind of a lot of symbolism to the Batman character. And the captions in his post kept reading, "Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell you? Are you hearing what I'm saying?" And sadly, we weren't paying attention. Now, why did I mention any of those things? They're irrelevant. They're irrelevant until they're relevant. And that's when I came across his memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. In his last excerpt of his book, he mentions Batman. And he begins to say that if one of these days he's in trouble, he'll use the Batman symbol. And all of a sudden, leading up to his death, his posts consist of only Batman symbolism. Coincidence? Nah.
I can actually feel my tension just melting away. I could fall asleep in here. I could drown in here. Drowning.
Here we are, Matthew Perry's death part 4. Let's talk about this guy, Matt Manasseh. This was Matt Perry's pickleball coach, which we all know he mentioned many times that he loved playing. So first, I'm just going to point right out that his username, Matt Manasseh, if you take the first 7 letters, is Matman, which of course we know is what Matt Perry was referring to himself in all these Batman posts. Was he trying to signal us about this guy? I don't know, but let me show you guys something real quick. The Hebrew meaning of Met is dead person. Matman, Metman, I don't know. Awfully close. I might be reaching, but by Matt Perry calling himself Matman, that's very, very close to dead man. Now here on one of Matt Manasseh's posts, he's been confronted by many people, especially this comment here, asking why he deleted his comment on Matt Perry's Instagram post, posted a picture as the Joker on his story later on. Of course, we all know the Joker is Batman's arch nemesis. His response was, because I felt hate messages weren't deserving on any of this post right now, makes zero sense, have a good day. Very quick and dismissive, of course, as expected. And let's go back to Matt's last post once again that said, oh, so warm water swirling around makes you feel good. I'm Matt Man, which is where he was found dead. And essentially, this is very close to saying I'm a dead man. Call it a reach, call me crazy, call it whatever you want. Once again, I'm just pointing this shit out and leaving it here. You guys can do what you want with this information, but I'm not fucking buying it. I'm just not buying into this bullshit that he went into cardiac arrest and drowned in his hot tub. There's just no, absolutely not. There's way too many variables right now.
You guys, this is crazy. So we all know that Matthew Perry from Friends recently passed away. Well, Doja Cat deleted all of her videos except for this one. What was that? Here's some comments on that video. Then Matthew Perry was, I can't defend her no more. Doja's going insane. I'm praying for this girl. Didn't Matthew Perry used to be on this show and he recently passed away? The industry is evil. Someone replied, not to mention the first dot being missing, meaning the first one has been removed. And what they're referring to is the dot in between D and E. It is gone because the Friends logo has a dot in between each letter. And then she says he released in his memoir that he made a deal with the devil for fame, and 3 weeks later he was cast on Friends. It was time to collect the payment. People were already suspicious over his Instagram posts, and now this. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. This is crazy.
I knew Matthew Perry sold his soul to the devil. If you use your eyes to actually see, you can see these things from a mile away. This video is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is real and I have no facts to back any of this up. In his memoir, he admits to making a Faustian prayer with God. I wish I could say I was shocked, but let's face it, all of Hollywood does it. In his prayer, and I quote, Perry said, God, you can do whatever you want to me. Just please make me famous. 3 weeks later, he said he got cast in Friends. And then he goes on to say, the Almighty, being the Almighty, had not forgotten the first part of that prayer, as he was referring to his hardships, the drugs he was addicted to. Then he goes on to say that that Faustian prayer he made was a stupid one, the prayer of a child, that it wasn't based on anything real, but became real. So basically he sold his soul for a worldly good. You know, money, fame, success. The Faustian bargain is also called the deal with the devil. Does this sound familiar? Breadcrumbs. In an interview with Bill Maher, he says that he believes in a higher power and has a very close relationship with him. Matthew Perry admitted everything was in this memoir, that he didn't leave nothing out. And it's just eerie that the last chapter of his book is called Batman. You guys, have you asked yourself yet why there's no footage? You know, security cameras. This man was famous and absolutely had security cameras. I mean, all they would have to do is look at him, right? Mystery solved, all the questions are answered, but they're not. Why? I'll tell you why. Because it was an inside job, he knew it was coming, and this is all a distraction. And for all the people in my comments saying, oh, he just died, we know how he died, blah, 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 why is everything a conspiracy theory? It's not. But he was a public figure, and I'm just asking questions. And because Hollyweird is a very dark industry. It is way more common than not that something nefarious happens. Also, you guys see Doja Cat's one and only TikTok? I'll drop it now. And maybe a little Anthony Bourdain.
Is it just me, or is it extremely creepy, ironic that this was the last post that Matthew Perry posted to Instagram, and that was exactly where he died?
Oh
Hi, my name is Matthew, although you may know me by another name. My friends call me Maddie. And I should be dead.
When I die, I don't want friends to be the first thing that's mentioned. I want that to be the first thing that's mentioned. And I'm going to live the rest of my life proving that. I would like to be remembered as somebody who lived well, loved well, was a seeker. His paramount thing is that he wants to help people.